Okay. Why do I always feel like I have to do that? Okay. We're gonna get started. I'm gonna talk about a few other products today too, but I'm just gonna right now wait for other people to get on. I don't have every release. Just like when I went live last week, I missed the silk pencils when I was buying. I missed the tab for it. I'm kicking myself. They will be here today. So after my live, I'm gonna go to the post office and pick them up. And then I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna swatch them. And I will have a video that has the 2 reels I put out this weekend with the gelatos and the silks. Hello, Lisa. Hello, Roseanne. I posted 2 separate videos. Hello, Desiree. I posted the gelatos and the silks. It's so hard keeping them straight. And I don't have the satins. And so I'm going to take those 2 gelato silk videos and I pushed them together, and now I'm waiting for the satins so that I can push that one into. Hello, Nikki. Hello, Brandy. Yay, all my people are coming. Today's release day. I remembered my computer. So we're going to be able to talk about things. Hello, Deb, Nikki. Did I say hi to Nikki already? I have a few products I wanted to talk about based off of comments I've been getting in my Facebook here. A lot of it's about my skin and the way it's been looking with my makeup, and I'm going to show the products that kind of changed the look of my skin when I use Beauty Society. We know. And if you have a skincare that you already love, I have a few things I want to talk about that would be good additions that I find to be game changers in the finish of my makeup. And it's not necessarily all product, it's also things. All right, first I'm gonna put my under eye cream on. Who's ready for new releases? I haven't been, it's funny, I'm really excited for products that don't clip into your palette. I love these silk pencils. And when I say I love them, there is not, how much are these? I gotta pull it up because I'm in my artist stuff and the price is different. They're $21. And I know that let's pull up Ulta, shall we? Let's pull up Ulta, or do people prefer Sephora? Let's go to Sephora. I just want to pull up one of my, honestly, my ride or die has always been Maybelline. So it's significantly cheaper. However, it transfers, it sets but doesn't set. Ulta is your go-to. Let's just do Ulta because it does have the prices for everything. But I haven't found pencils that do this anywhere. And if you watched I have such a hard time getting silk and satin. Satin I feel like should set and silk I feel like should smudge, but it's reversed. So just keep that in mind. If it looks like an eyeliner, it is a silk and it's gonna stay. I consider the silks eyeliners and the satins lip liners. I wouldn't put the satins on your eyes, they will crease, whereas the silks will not. Yesterday I did my eye makeup and I did a video for it. I put it on my reels. Yesterday I think I posted 3 different reels. Good morning, Alice. And I thought that was the best way to go, is to just try to plug them the best way that I can. I think I posted one on Saturday too. I posted a lot of videos in a short amount of time here because they just work better. You use Clinique. Okay, thank you. I have Clinique. I got Clinique. I got it in a combo with their mascara. And I'm going to tell you, Saints is better. And I'm going to say, yes, you're right with transfer. However, this goes on smoother. This, I don't know if Ulta sells Clinique, do they? I think they just started to, right? They did. So I have the liner. I use the liner. I thought that Maybelline went on a little bit smoother, but had less transfer. I'm telling you, this one checks more boxes than anything. I think that Saints goes on like smooth butter. This stuff, you barely need to touch it, and it goes on really so much easier because there's no tug and pull to your skin. So if that's something you're worried about, I think it's great for mature eyes, maturing eyes, hooded eyes, heavily hooded eyes, and you're not gonna get that dash that you get with some transfer. But the application of it is so much better than any other eyeliner I've put out there. So Clinique's is $28. So this one's $21. So it's a little bit more of a price point, and it's easier to sharpen. So with the Clinique one, you can't sharpen it. You just kind of have to rub it, and then you're losing product. This one, you can press it into its shape, which is great, especially if you're waterlining. You can make it much more pointy, and you're not gonna worry about scratching it. So like my Maybelline, I sharpened it, and let's see, get it to focus. Do you see the way it will scratch? Oh, there it is, over here. There it is. It's really close to the edge. I don't like having to over sharpen my brush to accommodate the pencil scratching my eye. So I am very curious about this. They have an eyeliner gift set, Clinique does. I wouldn't buy those just because I don't like the pencils as much. Plus their browns just don't transfer on good enough. They go on a little dashy, and I just find they apply, you have to press a little harder, and I don't like that. I want to try their liquid liner. I love my Stila. How much is Stila? So this one is $29. I just want to see now. I really like my liquid liner. Oh, there's the double-ended one. $34. So Clinique's is cheaper. Wait, $24. You can get it single-ended for $4 cheaper. Okay. Anyway, sorry, that was me just squirreling. I like the pencils more than all of them. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the brush. If you watched this, this is so hard to keep straight. And I think this is the only thing that's going to trip people's trigger. The Silk eyeliners set so well. If you watched my video that's on Reels, you will see that you can rub it and it won't move. You can wash with, you can go in the water. So if you're going on vacation, these are great. They are, I would consider them waterproof. I wore them for 2 days on my arm just to see. And soap and water doesn't do it. So the way I've been using is my Beauty Society Take It Off. This, you should always double cleanse with makeup. It's makeup, not magic. If you have skin issues and you're not double cleansing, that might be why. Take off your makeup and then wash your skin. All right. So thank you. About my nails, I don't like them. I don't like the color of them. And I also put a, what is that, chrome on it. I always regret chrome. Anyways, Take It Off is really great. It has green coffee, orange fruit extracts, COQ10, and something called, oh God, I rubbed off bilberry, I don't know, fruit extract. So everything in here is just great for your skin. But as soon as you rub it off, and if you watch that video, you can see I don't put it in fast speed. I don't chop it out. I wanted you to see me grab it, apply it, rub it, wipe it in real time so you can see how fast it breaks it down and takes it off. So I'm excited for these because I'm going to Disneyland in a few weeks, and I know I'm going into the water, and I'm going to get some glue on because I am who I am. Okay. The kids on our swim team are trying to get me to swim, and I don't swim, but you will like these. Desiree, go get them. If you're looking for a good true brown that's going to show, I would say you need either cinnamon or espresso. I've used them both as eyeshadow and as eyeliner, and they go on so good. All right, so we're gonna do our makeup. Okay, so here, actually, we're gonna stop, and I'm gonna talk about the skin stuff. I've been having really dewy skin, and a lot of people have been asking me what it is. One, good skincare. So if you have a great skincare, awesome. But what's made the difference on my skin lately, I've been shaving it. I always shave it, but I've freshly shaved it last week, and then I put on Beauty Society's Mission Accomplished. And this stuff, I'm on my second bottle. You don't use much. I only use this when I shave my face for twice a day for 2 days, and it helps with the healing process of it. But I'm telling you, if you implement shaving your face and Mission Accomplished, your skin will glow. And then you add cream makeup on top, and it's just kind of the cherry on top. So these two things have changed the look of my skin. If you've noticed they've been looking different in the last week, it's these two things. And I really like Beauty Society. These are Beauty Society razors. You can get Tinkle razors. That's what I use. Typically is a Tinkle razor. I keep one right here just for touch-ups. But what I like about Beauty Societies, and I have them actually right here, is I use this one here, and I like the little sheath, but also it comes with a small one. And this can help around the nose, but this helps with like little nooks and cranny areas, your brows, in between your brows, nostrils, yes. But I'm just saying, shave your face. It's not going to turn you into like the great hairy woman. It's not. That just happens with age anyways. So using Beauty Society's razors, but mainly if you already have a razor that you like, adding mission accomplished after you shave your face. Shave it at night. Don't do it in the morning. But, okay, you can't shave your face. You break out badly. Okay, you have KP and it gets ingrown hairs. Oh! You might want to try this because I used to get the same thing, especially in this area. And then I shave at night and I skip the week before the week of the strawberries. That's what we call it in our house. It's German. It's not weird. It's German. I saw it. I was watching this thing about the way different countries refer to a woman's time of the month. And, and Germany refers to it as the week of the strawberries. So that's what we call it at our house. Anyways, if you're gonna get the pencils, if you are one of my customers, you will get an email from me, and I did link this so that you can get it. And I think if you wanted to try just a section of your face, do it at night. That way it has time to calm and rest, but get something like Mission Accomplished and put it on afterwards, and it'll help with the healing. I say it's worth a try, but also my skin gets hypersensitive the week, leading up to the week of the strawberries. And so I don't shave that week. I skip the week before. And honestly, I only do it once or twice a month. And it's always after the week of the strawberries. And I put this on and it helps. Okay, so other releases that are coming out in less than 20 minutes. New palettes. I like these ones. These are super fun. I really like them, but my ride or die is the marble. The marble, the gold actually looks gold. It's fun. It's not just like a color. It actually has a sheen to it. I have it in a 2. This is not available with, this is obviously from the Mascara Days. It is the only one I bought like this. This is my favorite pattern. It's so pretty. It's so beautiful. Get yourself one of these. I think the most popular size is an 18, which is this one right here. I've had this thing. It's from the Mascara Days. I've had this thing for probably 6 years, and look at what kind of shape it's in. Look at the seam of this, and I use this regularly for so long. Really, really good quality. If you're a traveler, I would get the triple decker. Okay, so if you have questions about the releases, please ask. If you can use these on your brows. Work quickly. They do set. And I'm going to do my brows with them today. For me, what I think is best for brows is Latte if you're on the darker side, and use Trust like I do. But if you're more of an Oak, which is a very popular color, then I would say Chai is your color. So let's grab them. This is Chai, and then this is Latte. So I think Chai is great for those people who use Oak. This is very similar to Oak, all right? And then Latte is very similar to Trust. They're a little bit different, but not much, but it's the difference of Trust to Oak, but these are also great liners if you like a lighter brown eyeliner. My favorite brown liner is either Espresso or Cinnamon. They're really close. If you have one, you don't need both. Cinnamon and Espresso to me are the same, but these make a nice, every time I buy a brown, and I recently bought one, they're always just too light and too orange toned, but this is like they're so close. So this is espresso, and then this is cinnamon, and they are so close. I want to say Espresso is a touch cooler. So if you're looking for the cool tones, Espresso. If you're looking for something a touch warmer, get yourself Cinnamon. It reminds me of Philly. Let's see, and then Black. Somebody asked me if it's darker than Salem. It's jet black, but it goes on so nice, and then they set. Is there one that is close to the Makeup Forever Endless Cocoa? don't know. Let's take a look. Let me go find a swatch. Okay. Cacao. Oh, is it cacao? What is the difference between cocoa and cacao? I learned that on The Summer I Turned Pretty, like cacao. I'm like, what the heck is a cacao? Let's see. Oh, that's Pixie. I might have to go to, I gotta find a swatch to tell you. So let's grab another tab. Because you know we always, tabs are like a woman's brain. And I tell you what, my tabs right now, yeah. We may get to makeup. We may not get to makeup. We may just sit here and talk about new releases and swatches. Where do you get it? Is it something you get from Nordstrom? Makeup Forever Extreme Waterproof Lip Liner. Oop, I think I found it. And we're looking for cacao. Oh, you order from the actual website. Okay. Where's the colors written, doggone? Oh, there it is. Okay. This is Endless Cacao. Why do I feel like that has shimmer in it? Biscuits, what one was that one? Latte. I want to say latte based off of what I'm seeing online. Ooh, is it warm? Chai or latte? Is it warm? I can't tell. This is what I'm looking at. Like, I'm trying to tell here. But I want to say, because it's not super dark, I want to say latte because this looks not warm. What would you say? Because you use it, and so you're not looking at a website the way that I am. I want to say, I mean, gosh, they're so close. I think chai is more warm. It goes on cool. Latte. I use latte on my brows. I think it looks like this one. Right here. This is latte. This is chai. I've used chai around my lips and as a lip liner, and it's really pretty. I've also used latte to contour my lips too, which is really good. So I say latte, and hold on. I'm at Sephora, so I don't know what it is on the site, but it's like $3 cheaper than the Makeup Forever on Sephora. So there's that. Okay. If you're looking for a good price point, yes. Okay. If you have questions, let me know. Oh, I bet that would be a good waterline. Now I'm looking at their other colors on the Makeup Forever, and I wish that they would come out with a color that's like a neutral tone for waterlining. I think that would be awesome because I like a light waterline down here more than I like the creams. Okay, so if you're on my customer list, you're receiving an email. I set my email to come out after the release because sometimes the website just goes poof, and it blows up, especially with releases like this. I think the website will have a few kerfuffles, and it slows down, it jams, and then it has to get reset, and it really trips my trigger. So I set my email up to go out 15 minutes after, but there is a link to go and get the makeup melt that I really like. And then you can also grab Mission Accomplished if you are looking for something to really help your skin if you do want to shave it. Anytime you're doing anything like scrubbing, what is it called? Where you're exfoliating. If you're exfoliating your face, this stuff, it heals your skin and makes it, I don't like glass skin, but it does make it nice like glass. I don't like glass skin. It's just not for me. Okay, the other thing, speaking of not for me, there's a real debacle about the new Blackberry and my thoughts on it. So everybody always asks me my thoughts. And what's great is in my Facebook group, everybody shares when they don't like something. There is some things that are just not for me, and I hate chronic positivity. You can't, there's no way you can release things and check everybody's box. There's gonna be things that just don't work for somebody, and Blackberry was something that just didn't check my box. And so I like the texture of the balm. I prefer Saints. Okay. I prefer this. And I even linked it in my email, is to shop this. This is unscented balm. I love the texture of the balm. And I like that I can do more than one thing. I can prep my eyelids. I can use it as an illuminator. I can put it on my dry skin if I have, I get dry skin around my nose, but also on healing breakouts. This is a great prep for your makeup. You can't do that with this because it's going to turn a color. But I love the texture of it for work, facial work purposes. You know, hydrating the under eyes, drying flaky skin, adding illumination if you want to, if you have dry skin, prepping your lips, softening a satin lip and cheek color. That's why I like this. It does more than one thing. I'd also rather have, when I put this on, there were different things that I was expecting out of it. And I know I put it on knowing it was going to be a balm texture, but this is pH'd. So when you see all these beautiful, beautiful lip colors, I put it on expecting what I was seeing from their website. Stand by. We're going to pull up the color that I was expecting to see, because that was what makes people buy, is when they see people wearing it and then they put it on and then they're like, what the hell? So this is pH'd, which means this is what I saw, okay? This is what I saw. And also, this is what I saw, okay? Both are based off of those models' pHs. That is so pretty on both of those skin tones. And then I put it on. And it turns it purple. I look like I've been out in the cold too long. In my opinion, this looks like it's winter and I was outside too long. This gives me shining. Like Jack Nicholson shining. I'm about to turn blue. That's what this color reminds me of on me. Plus the balm texture, I tried it on as a blush and it lifted my makeup where I have stuff. No bueno for me. Not gonna work for me. So I wouldn't even put this on as an accent to my blush color because it turns, I don't like my pH. There was a perfume called, oh my God, I might even have it because I bought a bunch because everybody raved about it. Where is it? Which one was it? Ugh, I got so many. This one. Familiar Ethereal. This perfume, unopened, because it's based off of your pheromones. And so the scent is completely determined by your own body chemistry, just like Blackberry. I found out, I think my pheromones smell like cat pee. Like, so the perfume isn't for me, but it smells so good on other people. And Blackberry looks like, I mean, I just don't like this color on me. And so for me, it was a no. But these beautiful colors that I'm seeing on these women are Black Cherry or Ruby or Everred, which are all available. So, well, Black Cherry and Ruby are always available. I gotta find them. Oh, let me grab my bag. They're always available, and that's what I expected. So we're just probably swatching a lot today. I hope I get to makeup, but I can't make any promises because I really want you to understand where I'm coming from. And when there's new releases, I don't want to yuck a yum. I'll never yuck your yum. If you love it, fabulous. On me, I just don't like this color. I like pinks. And oh, that is not what I'm looking for. What am I looking these two. Sorry. So I'm going to swatch the colors I was expecting, and then I'll swatch some black cherry. Let's take off hair ties to this arm and my watch. I hope everybody's finding this helpful. My thing is, Saint is an affordable makeup, and if you want a good quality eyeliner, you're already paying almost $30 for eyeliners that don't have the stick this stuff has, and these are $21. Okay. So I was expecting, bam, black cherry, which is this color. Okay, it's super pretty. Everybody always loves it so much. Or ruby, which is always available also. Okay, or what is this one? I think that's fig. No, that's a love spell. Nobody's expecting love spell. Is that fig? Let's swatch fig too. I like fig a lot. Fig is one of my favorites. I don't expect fig. Let's wipe that one off. I love fig, but that's not what I was expecting out of that. Let me grab Ever Red. And I am going to go, again, after this to go get the other pencils. Okay, Ever Red. Oh yeah, I love Ever Red. All right, Ever Red. This is more of what I was expecting out of Blackberry. And Ever Red comes out every Christmas. Do you see? You see how it turns purple on me? This is not for me. And that's why other people, it turns this beautiful shade on. I've seen it on so many artists. I even shared them in my group because I didn't want people to just see mine and assume that's it. It's a great product, but I also found I prefer the texture of the glosses. And so when I get a color that's supposed to be a color, I was expecting more of a glossy finish on this, and I didn't. I got a balm finish, which is what it's supposed to be. So if you are expecting Ever Red or Ruby or Black Cherry, you could get this. To me, Blackberry is a gamble. Take the gamble. If you're a gambling woman or guy, I don't know, go for it. For me, I mean, I bought it. I saw the colors and I was like, I was excited. I was so super stoked. I was like, I'm so excited for Blackberry. I can't wait to see what it looks like on me. And then it turned my lips purple. And it's just not for me. No, it doesn't stain. It stays on just like any other gloss, so it doesn't stain your lips. But yeah, so that's my hot take on the pencils. The silk pencils, they go on. They go on so good. And Pilot Brush. This is another one that I think is a great, my hair guys, is a great addition to your collection. This is your travel brush. I love it. And if you're there, you might as well get the brush cleaner because we can take these dirty brushes, spray them on a microfiber, and it smells like cotton candy. I think my office room here is probably my favorite room because it'll, yeah, it'll be good. Oh, is it time, Alice? Oh, 2 minutes. We got 2 minutes to order. So I hope that helps. Again, I got to go to the post office and go get the other pencils. I will make a fast edited video. The videos I posted this weekend, I made specifically that way so that when I went to the post office today, I can make a quick video and throw it out there for people. So there will be a video with swatches of the gelatos. I guess people probably want to see the gelatos because we have 1 minute. There's probably going to be a website. Crush, look at how clean that brush is, by the way. Go get it. Okay. My top picks for the gelatos. The gelatos I thought would be a lot like the Tarte Juicy Lips. They're much, much softer. And ooh, let's see how much the Tarte Juicy Lips are. That is something I'm interested in. There they are. They are $27. And Saint's Juicy, I keep calling them Juicy Lips, Gelatos are $24. So they're cheaper than Tarte. My favorite is Cocamera. I thought that Dolce would look like Cocamera. It's super pretty, very pretty and neutral. All right, that's your neutral color. It would look really good with a nice like Renaissance lip liner. And then Sugar Plum is another favorite of mine. This one has some shimmer to it and it's more pinky. It's very pretty. And then I like Strawberry because Strawberry is really sheer. So if you're looking for a color that's gonna go on more sheer, this is it. But also your lips are softer than your arm. But this goes on nice and sheer, but they're super juicy and glossy. They remind me of the Tarte Juicy Lips, but they are more affordable. And they're so pretty. If you are a red lip gal, my pick for the red lip girls would be Pomegranate. It's more of that deep red. It's got that nice deep red to it, rather than, what color is this one? Hibiscus, which is more of a vibrant, bright red. And that's how I would compare it. I know that they have the Pomegranate is a really deep lip color. Women of color love this one. I really like it. I blend it down quite a bit when I use it, but it reminds me of Black Cherry and I would rather get it in a tin. That was the other thing, is I would like it in a tin. The pot for the balm is, oh, everything's live. Everything is live, so hopefully it doesn't freeze. I'll be able to tell you because it'll just take forever. But it looks like things are going okay on the website for right now. But my top picks are Cocamera, Sugar Plum, and Strawberry. But I like a really neutral lip. Cocamera is the one I've been gravitating towards the most. And I'm so excited to go get the lip liners and to play with those. So, all right. Now that everything's live, I haven't, let me see, usually, okay, the website seems to be working fine because I already have multiple orders coming in. So we're good 1 minute in. So go have at it, okay? So yeah, so getting orders, they're starting to roll in, which means the website is not crashing. Maybe they figured out the problem, so that's great. So now I'm gonna get started on my makeup. I'm gonna do my eyes. Yesterday I wore the pencils as an eyeshadow, and I'm telling you, Caramel is such a pretty transition shade. I'm gonna do my eyes with this one, and it's just so good. And I use espresso with it, and today I'm gonna do cinnamon with caramel. It is the prettiest transition shade. I like Santa Fe. Here's my thing. I feel like if you're using the pencils, you really don't need to dive into the, I don't know if I would mix them per se. Okay, let's see how the website's doing. Okay, yeah, website seems to be just fine unless it's starting to crash again. Let's see. Nope, website's working just fine. Okay, so inside the Pilot brush, which is an awesome, you could buy, let me just go to brushes here. So brushes and tools. You can buy a 3D brush. Okay, I need to change my brush. You could buy a 3D brush for $30, and then you would go and buy yourself an eyeshadow brush, and that would be, where's the eyeshadow brushes? Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. I have the wrong prices. You could buy, that's my prices. Sorry, I'm an artist. So $40 for just this brush. All right. Just this brush, just the 3D brush, not the insides. Okay. For $40. And then you can buy, hold on, I gotta find the damn eyeshadow brush. And then the eyeshadow brush is, the website's starting to crash, $20. So for $60, you could buy this brush and an eyeshadow brush, or you could get the Pilot brush, which is this brush, the 3D brush with the eyeshadow brush inside. And I love the thickness of the handle for $45. So save yourself $15 and grab this brush. I really like it. It is in black, not in gold. I got mine as a promo gift, and I've had it for over a year. It's not chipping off, like the gold isn't flaking off like it does with the other brushes. I have a black brush and I like the bristles on it a lot. A lot of people had a hard time transitioning from rose gold to gold. And oh, look at that nice clean brush. A lot of people had, but I'm telling you, no problem transitioning to black bristles. They're so nice. Okay, so this fits in just fine. Again, I've had this thing for over a year and my eyeshadow bristles don't suck. You just gotta push it and then it whirls its way in. Okay, so eyeshadow. I'm gonna go to the fluffy, nope, not that end, the fluffy end. And I'm gonna go into caramel. I need to not stack bottles. Go get the marble palette, get the Pilot brush, go get caramel as an eyeshadow. I am loving this color. These do retract up and down. The gelatos do not. Do not push them out. They will come down. All right, so hopefully people start coming back because once they buy. But we're gonna take that really pretty warm color and I'm just gonna press this above my crease. I wore this all day yesterday because I wanted to be able to come here and tell you whether it creases or not. I didn't put on my Singen's Shadow Sense as a prep. This doesn't crease. You will feel it. You will feel it. It has almost like a film to it, but it doesn't crease. Does not crease. So we're just pushing this on that brow bone as my transition shade. It reminds me of Bubba, Santa Fe, Leo, Butterscotch, and it won't crease. This is gonna be great if you're going on vacation, you're gonna get in the water, and you wanna be able to have your makeup on. There are girls like that out there, and we don't hate them. We wanna be them, and now you can. So these work as a waterproof eyeshadow. Again, I'm going to Disneyland. I'm gonna have to go on Splash Mountain way too many times, which I'm very excited about because Princess and the Frog is probably my favorite kids movie. I love it so much. It was one of the ones I actually didn't get to watch until I had my daughters. I didn't watch it as a kid. All right, so now I'm gonna go into Cinnamon, which reminds me of Philly. And we're just gonna press this in. I just use that fluffy brush just to apply it right on. And I'm gonna go on the outside here. And I'm gonna push this all the way across my lid. And then I'm gonna work it out and up. I'm gonna go under my eyes. Okay, cleaning brushes. I wanna point out that while the brush cleaner makes it look clean, if you then wash it in soapy water, the brush cleaning soap, you'll see a lot more gum. Yes, this is not your end all be all. This is a good, if you have color, say you wanna do a really neutral eye, but maybe yesterday you used purple. This is a good cleanse, but it's like using clarifying shampoo and then using shampoo. So this is like cleaning and sanitizing and conditioning, but the soap is gonna get all of it out. But just be careful, you don't want really warm water going into the handle because there's glue in there and it's gonna loosen things up and then your brushes will go to crap. So just, what I always say is get the pad with the soap wet because it comes with it. And get the pad, the silicone pad wet, rub it on the soap that's wet, and then wash the brush onto the pad. And there we go. Oh, I really like this brown. This is like that gradient look. It's stinking pretty. And so yeah, give it a good, you should always give your brushes a good deep clean. The brush cleaner is good, conditions and does all the things in between, and then you can use it right away. But again, not everybody has that time. When you say you feel it, do you set it? I will not be setting this with powder. And it didn't budge whatsoever. And then I just used my makeup melt at the end of the day and it took it all right off. I love it. Okay, now I'm gonna go back into caramel. And I'm gonna tap some more onto the brush here and I'm gonna use this as on top. I'm gonna stack it on top. When I say you can feel it, I mean, these are kind of a waxy brush, or not brush, waxy product. So you will feel something on as it has set. I notice I don't feel it now, but yesterday I was talking with one of my other St. Artist friends. I was like, hey, when you wear these on your eyes, because we both had yesterday, I was like, do you feel it on your lid? It doesn't fade down, it doesn't go away, but I did feel it. I don't set it with a powder, but you could go over with a powder like Drift if you wanted to make it kind of shimmery. Where's my eyeshadows? I wanted to put more of a bronze color on it. So let's go. You can use points if you're shopping and you have Saint points. You can use points to buy these. And I'm just saying, like, these don't budge. All right? These do not budge. Okay? You also had to spray the brush with alcohol. Woo! So I always say you should, yeah, if you're using your brush, I mean, it's makeup, not magic. If you're using the same brush for a really long time, you should always be cleaning your tins. Melt them down, spray them after they've set so you can clean all the gunk out and then sanitize the tops is great. I've never sprayed alcohol on my brushes though, because I've never felt like I needed to do that. But when I notice I'm breaking out a lot, it is usually I need to do a deep clean on my brushes, but mainly I need to clean my tins. So there's that. Okay, so I'm gonna go into a color called Angel's Landing. I'm just gonna tap this and I'm gonna go over this brown and make it fun. Just gonna make it fun. This is a very high flex shimmer. If you wanted something a little lower fleck, I would say go grab Peppa. What's another one that would be good? Peppa, You Complete Me, Crush. I also like Drift, but I wanted to add something a little more pizzazzy for today. Okay, yeah, you placed your order. Good job, Alice. All right, so we're gonna take that cinnamon and I'm gonna zoom in and I want you to see the way that this applies. So I'm gonna waterline up here. I've been searching for a good brown and I have not been able to find one, but we're gonna go right here on the outside. I'm gonna press this in. I'm gonna make it a little on the thick side. Give it a little tug out. This stuff goes on really well. And then I'm just gonna use my fat nail with acrylic on it to just give everything a pull. And you barely need any touching. You'll be able to tell when it starts to set, but this stuff just moves so good. Where's my mirror? I wish Saint would come out with these again. All right, if you're local, I have some. I was supposed to do a team event once and I went and I bought too many, but I just used that. Look at how pretty that is. And then you can go right here and get that inner, you know what I'm gonna do instead? I'm gonna grab a line brush. I'm gonna grab some off and then I'm just gonna line right here. Oh, lashes, man. I don't have a lot of lash growth on my inner corner here. And so I just add a little bit of depth right there to give the illusion that it does. Okay, grabbing over here, we're just gonna go above, oh, let's get that waterline. I love the black, but a lot of people have been messaging me looking for a good brown, and I'm telling you, either cinnamon or espresso. To me, they're the same color. I think cinnamon is gonna be a little bit warmer, but not by much. And they go on, and they blend, and then they stick. Okay. So glad the website didn't crash. And that's it. And then you can go in and put on your mascara. I use FanFest by Benefit. And we're just gonna whip this on. I do not curl my lashes. It scares the heck out of me. If you glue on your lashes a lot, they're gonna push them down. So you can train them at night, curl them at night if you want to, and retrain them to fan out. I think I want a waterline with black today, just to add a little more fullness to my lashes. But I think I am gonna waterline with some black. Curl it down and away, and then you just build on that length. But I'm telling you, a good mascara that works on volumizing, that's gonna help you with a nice clean liner without a clean liner. So black, and I'm gonna waterline. with that. It is so good. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna waterline before over here. I like black waterlining. I know there's some people who can't. I've had people with really sensitive skin be able to use these silk brush pencils, and it says silk on them. Like, it'll tell you that they're silk. Where is it? Yeah, silk pencil. So it'll tell you if it's a silk or if it's a satin. All right, so we're just going to wiggle, 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 lift, and wiggle, 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 lift. Wiggle, 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 lift, and we're just gonna add, I'm not going too crazy on the eyes, and then we'll play with that 3D brush on how to apply. But I'm also gonna show you how nice the black bristles are by using that shape brush. I'm wondering, I haven't been told yes or no, if Saint's gonna come out with black brushes, and this is just like the introduction to it, but in another thing, I got these as a whole, I got a whole set of them. So I've used them as eyeshadow brushes, as cream corrector brushes, face applicator. The black bristles are really nice and soft. They're really good. All right, let's see. Does anybody have questions about anything they're wanting to see swatched? I know people really like Dolce. I have found it to be very warm. And this was another one people were excited about. I was excited about Dolce. I found that it looks a little too peachy brown on me, and that's why I like Cocomera. If you're hoping for a true neutral, Cocomera would be the color for you. Okay, trying to make sure this stays up. Okay, I need to not look at that because it's, yeah. All right, so we're gonna go in. This is another palette that I bought. I like these shiny palettes. They're really easy to clean. This is available right now. I just really wanted a new 12. I feel like a 12 is the perfect size for my face. But again, like I said, I prefer, some people like the peach scent. I love the peach scent. It's not available in a tin, and I want something that goes in my palette more than I want it to smell like peaches. And some people really didn't like the smell of peach. It's very personal, but I found they smelled like the peach rings. It smells really good. I'm not gonna pay the money for a pot. I'm gonna save $5 and get it unscented in my tin. That's how I feel about it. And then I'm gonna go into my top layer here. I'm gonna go into Frenchie, and we're just gonna push this on. I'm gonna do a hybrid today with my Beauty Society because I want you to see the Pilot Brush works with other makeups also. So that's what we're gonna do, but I always prep with some Frenchie. And I'm going to do a little prep on my stuff because my redness is reddening out today. But get a good primer. Milk Hydro Grip is my favorite. Put that on my face. My stuff is stuffing lately, and I'll always tell you, if you want a hybrid, here's the hybrid color match with Perfect 10 and Incognito for Beauty Society, but I will equally match you in the color matches to Saint, and then it's up to you to do what you want when you do the hybrid. But if I don't feel like hybrid's gonna be your best friend, I will tell you, oh, hey, here's your Beauty Society matches. I think for your skin, you would benefit from Saint more. The difference between, other than it being a cream, so Saint Makeup, cream-based 3D foundation, 80% pigmentation, $16 a color. All right, I'm going into my Beauty Society now. Hold on, I want to get prices. I should have brought stuff for my throat for a cough. So I'm gonna find it here. Come on. So $16. Everything in here is foundational coverage, even the blushes and the contours and the bronzers. Okay, so this is my bronzer up here. I need to get a new one because Saint accidentally sent the wrong one to somebody, so I'm going to take them mine today. But $16 a color. But traditional foundation is one liquid. You're gonna lose product in the bottle because you can never get in there and get all of it. So you'll use 100% of this product versus losing quite a bit of product in here. $38 for this. And then for the concealer Incognito, which I do love, and I like it better than Tarte. I don't know what Tarte's price is on those. Tarte has some really good products. I just think if you're gonna use Tarte's concealer, you need to prep it with balm to hydrate it more and make it more movable. Typing with one hand is hard. So I have the creaseless, that's a travel size. They're about $30 for a concealer, and Beauty Society's is $32.50. So it's a little bit cheaper, but Saint is $16. You really can't beat 80% pigmentation for $16. But if traditional foundation is where you want to be, this is 40%, no, I'm sorry, 18% pigmentation. I would say that this is between 20 and 30. That's still a higher price, less pigmentation. That's why I like Saint so much, is because you can like the makeups all you want, but then wouldn't you rather get the most? You're gonna get less product on your face. You're gonna get a cream finish. I like a cream finish. I don't like things that set or that mattify, and Perfect 10 doesn't do that. It's gonna give me a cream finish. Maybe I should do half my face. Should we do half the face? Let's do that. So I'm gonna go in with my shape brush, and I'm gonna take my Aspen. This is a contour, it's gray, and this is gonna mute my redness. And it's just gonna go over it. I'm gonna have my cream over here. And then I go into my redness here, down here, up here. And then I'm gonna go into Walnut Contour, and I'm gonna take this hyperpigmentation, and I'm gonna make my skin more that color, and then up here where there's more. And I'm just going to camouflage it. And then because these are dense, they're gonna hold my makeup on top, okay? And then I'm going in between colors because it's autumn, so I still got a little bit of summer and a little bit of fall. So I'm gonna tap in between. This is my summer shade Hazel. This is Athens. I'm gonna take a little bit of Hazel, and I'm just gonna go over my scarring here. And then I'm gonna go over with both. I'm tapping into both, and I'm gonna balance down here. I'm gonna balance my skin, and it works with my skin. You want something that, if you have mature or maturing skin, I'm 44, so I don't have super young skin. I don't have old skin, but I'm at the fried green tomatoes of my life. I'm too old to be young, and I'm too young to be old, I know. And so I just want something that's gonna move with my skin, that has movement, especially my smile lines, is because that was a chronic crack, and I would gather and look nasty in this area. Okay. You're going to need, you put on Doll 10 foundation. What's Doll 10? You're going to need a paint scraper to remove it. Which one is that one? Is that Perfect 10? Not Perfect 10. I'm not. Tell me. Okay. Hello, Pam. Did you go and buy some makeup? Okay. Because I know it was on your list of things. Okay, so I just have my regular cream foundation on here. Now I'm going to go into Perfect 10. I'm using the color Fabulous. And I'm just going to do a little pump of it, about a half a pump. And I'm going to put this just on the cheek here, over my scarring, some of the hyperpigmentation, balancing this stuff out. I mean, I'm of an age, so I have old scarring. I used to get cystic acne really bad in my 30s, and especially my early 30s. I'm trying to think, early 30s. It's a brand, don't buy it. Woo, okay. If you love the ritual of makeup, it's fun having different kinds, but it's fun having different kinds of good makeup. Makeup will always look like makeup, but it should look like good makeup. And I think Perfect 10 is a good one. So we're just gonna bring this down and around over our hyperpigmentation, over the scarring, and then I'm gonna just blend it downward, but I start where my insecurities are, super thick. So this one isn't water-based. I don't know what it is based. I just know it's good, and that I'm not gonna be able to read that. That's ridiculous, okay? But I'm gonna bring this up. This is gonna give me still a dewy finish with less pigmentation, but it has that really nice movability that you need with maturing skin, because we have animated faces. We talk, we cry, we laugh, we get mad, and all those expressions have movement to our face, and you need a makeup that's gonna have movability, okay? So this is with Saint, and then this is with Perfect 10. I think this has a little more of a youthful look, but I still haven't added everything because I didn't need to bring it up as high. Okay, so the next color I'm gonna go into is, I'm gonna do my Incognito. So I'm using the shade Fabulous on Perfect 10. This will also feel like a cream when you touch your skin. It's gonna feel hydrating. It's not gonna have that powdery, mattified finish. It's gonna look dewy, and it's not gonna set into things, creases, pores, all that. So Incognito, we're gonna add over here. I'm gonna go over my scarring. So I had added that darker color here. I'm gonna add this onto my scars, and then I'm gonna come up and in, and then I'm gonna go up my orbital, add a little dash here, and then right in, grab some right here. There's a lot in here, by the way, a lot. We're gonna go right into that trough. This is gonna add lift. Lightness pulls out. I'm gonna do the same thing right here on my nose, all right? I'm gonna use my Saint on the rest of my face. All right, so we're gonna go to the pointy end of the Pilot brush. We're going into Sunlit. This has yellow undertones, but it doesn't go on yellow. All right, and I'm just gonna press this out. This is lighter than my skin tone, same as Incognito. I'm going over, it's gonna help cancel redness that I have around my brows. And we're just gonna add brightness, reflecting light. We have a three-dimensional face. Let's put our makeup on in a three-dimensional way. So this should look too light for my skin because it's reflecting light. Tap, tap a little, hit that Cupid's bow, hit that chin. This is just adding dimension right into this area here. All right, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm gonna go to a lighter application brush. I'm gonna switch to that shape brush, and I'm gonna go in on the small end. I'm gonna go into that Sunlit, and I'm gonna do the same placement here, but I'm gonna apply as I go, going up that orbital bone, down into that smile line, and then up into that inner corner. And I'm gonna use less product here because it has higher pigmentation. So even with Saint, you're gonna get less product on your face, equal pigmentation. You're gonna get less product. It's hard to show. Less is more. 80% pigmentation means we don't need to apply a lot to get the most. Okay, and now I'm gonna stay with this brush, and I'm just gonna tap out that Incognito, covering up my scarring here. And then I'm gonna go right here into my inner corner here and into that trough. And then right here, just to clean it up. I think it takes a little more work to work with Incognito or any concealer, whereas Saint, it just went on pretty simple. I don't think that these look too terribly different, but they do have two different ways. This one will take a little bit longer than Saint, but that looks pretty darn good, right? Okay, I will say I don't recommend Beauty Society's contours. They're good. They're just too expensive, and they're not as pigmented. I want a contour that's going to be foundation. And so I use Cedar, and then this is my bronzer, and I'm gonna use my fingers. My bronzer is Xanadu, and there's shimmer in it, so I can't melt it. Otherwise it settles to the bottom. And I'm gonna add right up here some warmth, okay? Just adding warmth above that outer brow. This is where the sun typically kisses us anyways. All right, I'm gonna take that short end of the Pilot brush, and we're gonna go into Cedar. This color works really well with my skin tone and my hyperpigmentation. If I use anything darker like indigo, it's gonna pull the pigmentation through, and it's gonna accentuate it, and I'm looking to enhance things. All right, so we're gonna take Cedar, and we're just gonna go up top on both sides, and we're just gonna add some natural shadowing. Bridge it together at the hairline, going into where mommies get thin, because mommies get thin. Thank you hormones, thank you stress, thank you life. All right, and then I'm blending it into that bronzer around, same thing right here, into that bronzer around. Then I'm gonna take this pointy end, I'm gonna pull that brightening I put on out. I like being zoomed in. If you don't like it, sorry. I don't use filters, and I don't beat around the bush. I want you to know what I like is what I like and why I like it. And I like my makeup because I have changing skin, especially in the last year. My skin has taken a turn and my eyes are looking a little more mature, people. I'm not saying that it's mature, but my skin is going through the change. And so I'm just saying, all right? And having a makeup that's gonna change with me rather than work against me is Big stinking deal. All right, staying on that short end, we're gonna go back into cedar, and I'm just pressing. I don't ever wipe. And we're gonna go just below this bronzer, but above this shadow. All right, so hello, Carla. All right, we're gonna go up and down. This probably messed up all my zoom. So tell me how my zoom is right now, because every time he does this, I end up in your face. How's my zoom? Am I in your face? We've got to recalibrate everything. So I'm going to zoom out. That's weird. Something uploaded. Okay. Pretty stinking close. Okay. Oh, that man. How am I now? Because I'm as zoomed back out as far as I can. Like, you see my nose right? Oh, for goodness sake. Hold on, let me try something. What are we doing now? Am I good now? Pam says I'm good. How zoomed in am I? This man. I tell him every Monday I go live. I'm wide now. You can see my door. Can you see my wall? I need help. Sorry, this is like the worst part. So if I... Wide now, thank goodness. I think I figured out what to do now. Okay, it's good now. Are you looking at my nose now? Sorry, this is the worst. I'm gonna start losing people because of him, and I'm gonna be... Okay, we're just gonna keep going. And I'm not gonna play with my zoom anymore because I'm so mad right now. All right, so we're gonna go into cedar again, and we're gonna do the same thing. So I think you're gonna notice that they're gonna look the same at the end. That's good. I'm not trying to, okay, zoom is medium. That is what I was going for. Okay, so we're gonna go below that bronzer and above this little area here. We're just gonna tap it upward, and that's because of the shape of my, you can kind of see when you see the shine of a smile, it kind of directs you on where you need to angle things. Because if you have a really narrow face, you don't want to curve it up. It's going to make it longer. And usually on a narrow face, you might not see quite as much. I don't know. Don't listen to me. I'm just saying, go and look up on Pinterest different contour placements and then try them all until you find one where you're like, ooh, I look good. But if you have a really long face, very narrow face, you want to go more straight. If you go like I'm going, you're going to make your face look longer. Okay. So we're just adding that cedar. And do you see the Saint side? Beauty Society Foundation side. Okay, I'm gonna go in with, I wanna try these satin pencils as a blush. I'm gonna go in with Frenchie again. And we're gonna go over the scarring over here and over here. And then I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna use my favorite fall color, Rosewood. And I'm gonna tap that up here. Okay, I don't like any glossy, greasy, anything on my cheek. I also don't want any powder as a blush because it's going to accentuate my fine lines. It's gonna mattify my skin and make it look mature when I mattify. All right, staying on that short end, we're gonna just tap into Rosewood here. And I go up into the temple. I'm gonna smile so I can see where my apple sits. And I'm gonna go into that Frenchie color. This is such a pretty fall blush. Same over here. Such a pretty fall blush. If you ever miss a little bit of summer, you're missing that little bit of pink and you're like, oh, I can't wear it because it's fall. Yes, you can. I Okay, the lip liners are at the post office. That's probably why my husband's calling me, because he's waiting for the post office too. And I'm like, ah. So I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna go to the post office and I'm gonna get the lip liners and I'm gonna come home and I'm gonna finish that video. So I did my gelato video and I did my eyeliner silk finish pencil videos. I'm gonna push those together. I'm gonna make the same form of a video, so I'm wearing the same shirt because I am how I am. And then I'm gonna do the same form with the other pencils, and I will be making the heck out of some videos this week. I'm gonna take that pointy and I'm just pulling that lightness down on both sides just to blend it together. I love rosewood in the fall. If you're ever feeling like, oh, I want some pink, because I miss my pinks, just go grab one of your old pink colors. What's this one? Is that Cindy? Oh, it's raspberry. Raspberry is not a satin. I'm just gonna grab pink grapefruit. Just grab a little bit of pink and just add it on. Who cares? And then mix it in with that warm color and you will have just like a hint of pink. And then you could just do whatever you want. There's no rules. You can follow the seasons. I say forget the seasons, but I still love fall, y'all. Oh my gosh. Guess. Y'all, who was here for the bear story last week? Who was here for the bear story last week? Okay, if you weren't, I was out in my, hold on just a second. I think I've got, let's see. I don't know who that is. I don't know if you're nice or not. Okay, the bear. I was I have a really long, big yard, okay? And I was out at the end and the bear was coming up the corner and I had to scream and run because there was a black bear and you're not supposed to like be big. That's brown bears, okay? Black bears, you're supposed to fight, run, and get the hell out of there. So I did. The next day, that mother trucker came back and didn't just come back, laid down, scratched its ear. I got video. Scratched its ear. It's dead. We killed the bear. My husband wasn't happy. He was up until 11 o'clock getting it ready, but we do get tags for all wildlife that come up here. We've turned it into ODF so that they can track the bears, get the age of the bears, and get to know what kind of bears we're getting in our area. We use the meat, we use the skin, but I'm telling you, you get a bear in your yard. I don't really think you want to be like, it's wildlife, let it live. No, let it live. In the forest, like, not here. So the bear is gone. Now we're deciding what to do, and my husband and I are at odds. I just want another rug because we killed a bear in our yard closer to the house 5 years ago. So we got a bit of a bear problem. Anyway, he wants a full body standing bear. Like, what are we gonna do with that? Hang coats on it? He saw one, we could put a bowl in its hand, it can hold our candy bowl, but we don't even get trick-or-treaters. But the bear is gone. The bear is gone. There was something else I was gonna say, but I got all distracted because I remembered the bear. Anyways, let's set our face. I'm gonna use blue marble. We're gonna set it. I need to get another one. Look at that. This is my second big bottle that you can get it in a travel size if you're looking to try it. If you have dry skin, I would say Saints Plush and Prep Mist would be a good one. Charlotte Tilbury is another good one. That's a dupe for this one. Rug. I found, and my husband kind of wants this, but I'm like, we'll have to pay to vault our kitchen ceiling if we did this. But somebody hung a log across their kitchen and it's laying on the log. Like, I was like, might as well. So now we're thinking we do want to lay it on a log. We'll put it in a different room, but okay. So we're at odds on what we want to do with the bear. Plus we don't know the shape because when he had to skin the bear, it was on a big incline. And so as he was skinning the bear, he started sliding away. Okay, I do want a bear coat. Bad. I want the head on his, like, I'm thinking, what's the movie with Brad Pitt? What's the movie with Brad Pitt? With the dad and the ranch and the brothers. It's not A River Runs Through It. That's a different one with brothers. What is it? Somebody say it. Anyways, we're at odds. We're at odds. We're at odds. Okay, I'm going to go in with my powder blotting dust. I have a palette. I stole it from my car of the blotting dust. I put 2 in one palette. And I'm just going to set. Did somebody say what it was? Okay. This is going to drive me nuts. Legends of the Fall. I want a bear coat like Legends of the Fall, like the dad in that for my husband, especially at Thanksgiving. Yes, thank you. All right, we're going to take this blotting dust. This blotting dust is different than all the, I haven't found another powder like this, but I know there is one. I think Ila has one. It has a sheen to it, so I can set my makeup and it's still going to have a skin finish. So I start at the top where I have the least texture, and then I bring it down and I set my forehead. I am oily. So if you are oily, you want a film forming spray to set your makeup. So Blue Marble does that. I'm not sure if Professionals does. I don't think it does, but you want a film forming spray. But then you need a powder for oily skin, and you're gonna start at you start wherever your least texture is. You know where that is on your face, and you start there, because you don't want to put direct powder to direct texture like pores and fine lines. So we're going to bring this down the cheek, go where your phone hits. Never forget the phone zone, because that's going to take makeup off and compromise your finish. Same over here. I haven't done my nose. We need to do the nose. But you will still get that skin-like finish, but it's not going to bump you to greasy. Okay, we're going to grab my contour. I prefer using my finger. And I'm going to go down my nose. I start at the bottom half. I work down here to start, okay? And we're going to bring this down just like this, okay? And we're just creating a light shadow, and then we can tap it up into that crook. I find you get the most control using your finger. It's got that squishability, that movement, and then you can take the short end of your brush on the pilot brush. I'm telling you, everybody needs a pilot brush. If you don't like this brush on the inside for eyeshadow, which some people just don't, it's a bit, the brushes on the eyeshadow brush on the inside are a little bit shorter and a bit more dense. And so for some people, it's just not for them. But what you can do is you could use this as a way of doing your nose highlight. You can do this for correcting if you want to do that, and then just tap things out. And so if you have cream correctors, this is a great brush for cream correctors. This small end is great for getting in on that nose and straightening it out. Really simple. You could also use this to contour your lips, which I don't recommend the pencils for contour. I know a lot of people have had questions about that, but Saints new pencils that are now out, the Silk Pencil set, and I just think that the wearability, one, you got to work quick. Two, because they set and they're mixed, and I can only base this off of working with my eyes the last few days. If you're going to contour with these pencils that set, you're going to end up with splotchy wear because they are laid on top of another product. They're pairing up next to another product and they're mixing together, and I think that the wearability will be more splotchy. So I do not recommend these for contours. That's just a personal preference of mine. Do what you want with it. It's your face. Play with it. Try it. And if it doesn't work out, if it does work, if you try it and it works, tell me. And if you try it and it doesn't work, tell me. Basically, talk to me, because it helps me help you. All right, I'm going to go in with the line brush and we're going to use these pencils. I was told to try Chai. I've been using Latte. So I've been using this color right here, Latte. I'm going to try Chai. Where is it? Chai. Chai, I was told it feels more like oak. And so we're going to give this a whirly woo. Okay, so we're going to go into Chai on the angle brush here. I'm going to comb my hairs. You want to do one eyebrow at a time, and you want to move quick because, again, these set. So we're going to zoom in. And I'm going to start down here at the bottom and I'm going to draw my line. And because these set so fast, I'm going to go right up to here and then I'm going to work on this front corner before everything starts setting. Because again, I think it sets fast. I find chai to be too warm. Okay, but that's okay. So we're grabbing it and I'm extending the tail here. I find that these work. I've always used Oak and Trust on my brows. And I find this one just to be a touch too warm for me. So if you have more blonde hairs, it doesn't look bad. I just prefer latte for me. And then you just grab this, blend this before everything sets, and boom. God, look at that boss brow. I love a good boss. So by now I can feel the pencils on my eyes. I can feel it. Just feels like I have a cream on my, it feels like a cream shadow, like you would expect a cream shadow to feel on your eyes, but it's not gonna crease. But I do like that Angel's Landing on there. Okay, I'm gonna go in with chai, and again, working at the front. Let's comb these hairs in place so I can see where everything goes. All right, so I'm gonna work on this front corner here first. So drawing that line and then working right here. I need to tweeze that inner corner there. Okay, so again, we're just gonna build those hairs at the front, but just keep in mind, you've gotta work quickly here. You've gotta work quickly. I think these would be really great for Halloween if you have a kid who you're doing some fun makeup on and you live maybe in a rainy area or a hot area where they're gonna sweat, you're going to a Halloween party where there's, these are really great colors that you could do a lot, like you could contour for a skull or a zombie with these and it would probably do really well if you're gonna be like a dead thing. But I'm just gonna keep working these. I'm gonna comb right here and try to, oh, there we go. Hasn't quite set yet, but there's, I like brows. They're important. And once you figure out how you like them, I would be interested for somebody to try a beauty blender with a stencil in these. I bet that would be really good. And the nice thing about using these pencils, so a lot of people like using the cream contours on their brows because they feel like it holds their brow hairs in place. This will have the same effect, but it's gonna stay a lot better. And that was something that I was talking to my friend about with her using it on her brows as she felt it held her brows on. I would say for me, I learned this fantastic brow trick a couple weeks ago at a wedding. Always be learning. Can I just say that? Always be learning. Don't be one of those Nimrods that think you know everything and you have nothing else to learn. But she took her spoolie and sprayed it with hairspray and she combed everybody's brows in place. I liked that way more than gels. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with, let's do chai again. Where'd you go, doggone it? There it is. I'm gonna do chai and we're gonna do our lip contour, but I have to move quickly again because it sets. So we're gonna do our outer brightening first. So we're gonna tap this brightening out and always go up a little on your lip, on your bottom lip, because you have that inner lip line. If you have maturing lips, go look and do this, okay? Now I'm gonna take chai, which I used on my brows, and I'm gonna draw outside of my lip and then up just a touch right there, and then in the middle, under outer lining, and then down. Just basically matchy match, okay? And then we're gonna buff this using a light hand. Do you see how easy these blend? This just enhances this Cupid's bow, but this is gonna give you a ledge on your lip. Same down here. Do you see how easy these blend? But then they set. And I'm not pushing hard. Think of it as like wispy hairs, like when you're wiping hairs off of a kid's face and you're doing this. That's all you're doing here. But you see how easy that blends? I want more. But that blends so easy, and then it's gonna set. Then it's gonna set. I wish I had the lip pencils. I'm super bummed. I'm gonna go in with cinnamon. Didn't I use cinnamon on my eyes? I think so. Okay, here's the thing. Cinnamon's super dark, but it's warm and I like it. Yeah, I'm trying to look and see what I have here. I don't like chai as a lip liner. I like something warm on my lips. I'm so excited to play with these pencils when I get the other ones. Okay, so we're gonna line the edge of the top lip. I think it's easier than a brush using a pencil. Don't go all the way to your corner, but hit that edge. It's a little easier to do, and then buff it. Buff it and soften it. Is that a car or my heat pump? All right, we're just buffing this out and giving, reminds me of indigo. I have a little scar right here that's, well, that's not going anywhere. All right, so we're gonna go here and I'm gonna start at that inner lip line and then to the lip, inner, to the lip. Can you hear the little, there is a little wiggle in here. Okay, grabbing that on and then buffing again. Okay. There we go. So if you're interested in any of these new releases, go. I'm gonna try strawberry because I haven't really played with strawberry a lot. It's sheer. I really am not a fan of these really bright, vibrant colors. Somebody wanted me to try, what is this one, melon? It's very orange. It's too orange. If you loved Venice, which got discontinued, you will really like melon. All right, so we're gonna go in with strawberry, and I'm gonna put that on. And it's very pink and sheer. These, I mean, look at that. These are crazy, crazy soft. Crazy soft. So just be good. Be gentle. And then I'm just pushing this out towards the edge. It's very pretty. Okay, if you want more pink, I really like Sugar Plum. You can layer that on the middle. I like a little pink. Cocomere is my favorite though. Cocomere is my favorite. I'm just trying to not use it because I keep on using it. Okay, the gelatos go on. I don't want to call them on the thicker side, but they apply less than a gloss. I feel like they last longer than a gloss. They go on and they feel more like an oil. Those lip oils that are really popular right now. So this is a lip oil from Beauty Society. And I think these last longer than this, although this is a very pretty color, but it's what it feels like is like one of the lip oils that are very popular right now. And so I really like these. I really wouldn't, if you live in a hot climate, I wouldn't leave this in your car. I wouldn't leave this in your purse. This is a makeup desk only if you were in a hot climate. They're soft, softer than the glosses in a tin. They're soft. They're soft. I would say anything that I keep in my car is always these lip oils. This is Sprinkles. This one's my favorite. I just got a new one. When your lip color wears off, this will add the perfect flush to your lips without washing you out. It just brings your face back to life. So use your points. You can only get this with points. Use your points and go and get this one. It's perfect. Absolutely perfect. I love the flushness that it gives. All right, so my live was long. Actually, no, my live is actually pretty average. I did my face, but this is Saint over here. All Saint 3D foundation right here. This is Beauty Society. I don't think you can really tell a difference, and when you touch it, you really can't tell a difference. I'm actually gonna use, and I'm gonna just bring some color down my neck because it's all different colors. My neck's always lighter than my face, but I don't think you can tell a difference looking at it. If you can, tell me. That's what I think. As far as these go, they just don't move. You're not, $21. It goes on like butter. It smudges and smokes out. Seamless. I can't get eyeshadow to look like that. I love the way that these smoke out. You can top it with a shimmer if you want it to be a shimmer, but these don't move. I use this stuff a lot. I can't remember if this is my second or third, and I'm almost out. You don't need a lot at all. And I did this on a video already, but you just take this and it will immediately start breaking it down. Just like so. All right, takes it down. I don't have a wet microfiber, but it just takes it right off. You need, I would say if you do get the pencils, you do need a good makeup remover. Go and get the makeup, the take it off. I linked it. If you're my customer, you got an email, and I would suggest getting the take it off to take it off. If you are gonna try shaving your face again, Desiree, I think you should try the Mission Accomplished. This stuff is good. If you are a face shaver and you're looking for something to help heal your skin and keep a good vibrant look to it, Mission Accomplished. Okay. I don't know. I don't think if anybody has any questions, let me know. I don't think Blackberry is bad. It just wasn't for me. And I just think for me, it was a little bit, oh, biscuits. I accidentally deleted the wrong person. Oh. I accidentally got Alice. Alice, I will find out if I can get you back on. I will message her. Okay, that's it. That's my live for this Monday. I'll be back next Monday. Go shopping. Go check out these new releases. If you're looking for a good eyeliner, you want that black eyeliner that's not going to move, go get the black silk eyeliner. Go and I prefer, it depends. I mean, I think you're going to get more out of cinnamon than you would espresso, but they're basically the same color. Chai is such a pretty transition shade. So pretty. You won't go wrong getting these pencils. So my top picks are black, cinnamon, caramel, and then depending on your shade. So I like latte for my brows more than chai. Chai was just a skosh too warm, but these are my top picks. These four. The other ones you can get, but you kind of already have them right here. So just keeping that in mind. As far as gelatos go, you want cocamera, you want sugar plum, and you want strawberry. These are my favorites. If you're a pinky girl, if you want red and you like that good deep red, then like a Taylor Swift red, pomegranate. Pomegranate is where it's like, if you want that vibrant red, that old Hollywood bright glam red, you want to get hibiscus. And so reds just aren't for me. The other ones just, they just aren't for me, but they're not bad. It's really personal preference. If you like those peachy brown tones on your lips, Dolce is where it's at. If you like that bright pink, this is something my sister-in-law would love. This is a pink for her. She has those big, beautiful, luscious lips, and cotton candy is such a fun, pretty pink. There is videos of me swatching all of these on my reels, and also swatches of me doing these pencils here. So go check those out. I'm gonna go get the other lip pencils, and then I'm gonna go put a video together, and I will put all the swatches all together. I'm kind of being cheeky fun in the video. Not really, but I'm just saying what they are and swatching them, and I just think it's kind of funny. But if you're looking to try send me a color match. Let's get them out. I've made sure, I mean, I was doing a color match up until 2 minutes before I went live. And so I made sure all my color matches were out by the time I went live. On my lip line, I lined my lips with cinnamon. But I'm gonna go get those other lip colors right now. Just remember, do top lip, buff it out, bottom lip, buff it out. I lined my lips with chai. I mean, my contour is chai. All right, so that's it. I will see everybody next Monday. My email is open. I'm setting aside all sorts of time today to answer all the questions people have for the new releases. I'm super excited to see what everybody gets. I'm so mad at myself for not getting all the pencils, but I'm gonna go get them right now, and I might just pop live on my Facebook. So if you're not in my Facebook group, go join my Facebook and I will get you entered in as soon as I come in, and have a great day.